Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Ricky Carson. This video we're gonna be talking about what it's like living with your parents but not living with your parents. I'll explain. This morning I was watching a TLDR news video, which if you guys haven't checked out their YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. It's very informative and they cover global politics, specific politics in terms of like American, European, and just like everything. So if you guys are into that, I definitely recommend checking TLDR news out. They have so much to offer. I will say this, they use a lot of big words and talk about a lot of big things. Sometimes if you're not really already literate about that, it can kind of feel a little overwhelming. That said, they do a pretty good job at explaining it even if you are not too familiar. Their video was talking about why more Europeans are living at home. In the video, I found out that roughly about half Europeans age 18 to 35 are living with their parents, compared to a third of Americans 18 to 35 living at home. Now myself, when I graduated college in the summer of 2022, I moved back in with my mom and I was there for about 9 months. Life happened. She decided that she wanted to sell her house and move into an old folks home. I ended up not having a place to live. What I did before the house was being put on market and stuff is I was at the time working as a committee assistant for the Oregon State Legislature, but that was only a temporary position, so I was going to finish that up pretty soon. During my last few weeks of work, I took my other mom's van, which is this van, but I have two moms if you guys don't know. I took my other mom's van, I converted it into a camper van. It's a 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan, and I converted it into a camper van. I will show you guys a tour of the camper van. I just haven't been bothered to do it. I don't know why. But anyway, I digress. Living out of that during the summertime, and I was traveling across the country. I spent 2 months down in California, and I was looking for work and I couldn't find work at all. It was really disappointing. Like in California specifically, I was down in LA, and now you guys may be like, well, LA is your first problem, Ricky. And I'm like, yeah, but like there's no other city I wanted to be in, and there's no other city that caters to my skill set, which is media and entertainment, acting, all of that. Worst time because SAG-AFTRA was on strike. The Writers Guild had been on strike, and no one was hiring. I had sent out like about 80 job applications, 75% of them with cover letters. These weren't just like media jobs, because those were pretty hard to come by. These were jobs that were service jobs. I have no problem applying for service jobs. I graduated college not to have to do a service job. I just felt super defeated down there in California. I was just like, you know what? Let's just move out to Washington, D.C. That was your plan beforehand. You really want to work for the government in some capacity. And, you know, like I just had this gut feeling to go to Washington, D.C. And so what I do is I go to Washington, D.C. My mom is still helping like pay for literally everything, which I'm so grateful for, because there's really not another option for me, because I don't have a home. There's no family here that I feel comfortable imposing on, and the jobs in my hometown, the jobs kind of in Oregon as a whole, don't really fit for me, at least none that I've been exposed to. And so it was just like, yeah, go to DC. I went to DC. I moved there. Currently, I'm home visiting for the holidays right now, so I'm not physically in DC right now. But I went to DC to try fighting myself, to try securing a job, and I've been there since I got there in late September. Fortunately, I was able to secure a place to live. That was about $1,125. I actually got it like $50 cheaper, because the person who was showing me the room actually showed me my neighbor's room, and that wasn't obviously the same one that was up for rent, and so I got a little bit knocked out in price, which was fine. But it was I don't mind, because this one that I'm in currently, I'm actually able to stand in fully without hitting my head, unlike the other one. So say la vie, it's fine by me. I've been working really hard trying to like find jobs. The federal government has been like a big letdown in that regard, and then there were 2 service jobs I was like that were interested in me, and then I chose the one that I felt like had more upward mobility and higher pay. And that one was the one that I shouldn't have gone with, because the boss was just like dragging his feet, like was taking forever to communicate with me about how to like get me on the schedule and stuff, because he kept on sending me links and the links weren't working, like and it's just like his English is already really bad, and so like he was already sending these like very base messages in general on the email, but it would be like days of like communicating back and forth. So after 3 weeks, I was just like, no thank you, I'm done. I have more self-respect than this, like fuck you kind of thing. So now I'm at square one. I was looking for remote work, and haven't been able to do that, succeed. It's really defeating. Going back to the topic of living at home without your parents, I just got this and I fucking forgot I had it, and now it's probably cold. And drinking cold espresso is not really cool, because it kind of allows it to be more bitter. I know, it's different than a cold brew. Also, can you guys appreciate that I had all this energy without even taking a sip of this? Like, what? Ricky, you are feeling better. Where should I put the sticker? I usually put them on the knobs of my car, like the volume knob. That's what my mom always did. I'll do that again. There we go. Actually, I don't think it will stick, so I'll put it on above the knob. There we go. Living at home without your parents essentially means that your parents are paying rent, and that rent is going towards a home that is not a home that they're living in, but it's your home, but it's not really a home because they're renting it, and you have no other place to be, no other place to exist in life but that one space. So it's, in other words, like a compromise for your own situation. And yeah, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love living by myself. When I moved back with my parents, when I moved back in with one of my moms, because I have 2 moms and they're separated, you know, it wasn't great. Definitely a lot of bad mojo, bad energy, in ways that maybe aren't overt to everyone. I've always thought I was going to have like a home to come back to after college, a security blanket of some sort. So I know I'm kind of being like maybe nitpicky or whatever, nitpicky. Yeah, that's the word, nitpicky over the details of everything, but it's just upsetting. I feel alone most days, and I'm just not, and I'm tired of being in the US, which is a very privileged thing for me to say. I know it's been about 1.5 years since I've been back in the United States. I've definitely achieved what I wanted, more or less. I've definitely worked on myself a lot, and now I'm feeling like I'm reaching that arc where I'm ready to go back and explore the world and really like get back in contact with some of my really good friends. And you know, there's only so much, you know, FaceTime and texting can do. So yeah, the fact of the matter is it's hard out here in these streets. Everyone in our generation, millennials, Gen Z, everyone is experiencing this major wealth redistribution from the lower 99% to the top 1%. Over the past 50 years, something like 50 trillion US dollars have been removed from literally everyone else to a small percentage of people. And in that perspective, it's nice knowing that this is systemic and that it's not your personal failure in life, but it's also terrifying because it's systemic and there's nothing you can do about it because the people in charge of making sure your well-being is secure are too busy being corrupt, making returns for their shareholders. So, I don't know. I feel like a revolution of some sort has to be on the way. Who knows? Who knows? This could just be the status quo for the rest of our lives. Let's hope that. Remember guys, I post new videos every single day, so make sure you smash that subscribe button, press the bell notification buttons so you're notified on all of my future posts, videos, and yeah guys, these are the dog days, but what a time to be alive. Truly, what a time to be alive. Love you, see ya, peace, bye.